Okay, apparently that's called skimming, and I hate it. I hate the title of that.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and Week 2 kicks off tonight with a classic AFC East rivalry, as the Dolphins host the Bills. But if you're asking Josh Allen, it doesn't really seem like much of a rivalry. I mean, just look at this graphic. Including playoffs, Allen is 11-2 in his career against the Dolphins, accounting for 41 total touchdowns and 336 total yards a game. Those numbers are absurd. And we told you this one yesterday, but in his 12 regular season games against Miami, he won Player of the Week 5 times. I don't want to make it seem like we have a Bills bias on this show, but the numbers don't lie. And while he is coming in banged up with an injury to his non-throwing hand, he has been a full participant in practice all week. On the Dolphins side of things, their backfield is really banged up. Raheem Mostert is out with a chest injury, while Devon Achane is listed as questionable with an ankle. And the word is it's going to be a true game time decision. With Ian Rappaport adding he will work it out pre-game to see how it feels, but with how he practiced yesterday, there is optimism he'll play. Now, as dominant as Allen has been against Miami, it's been the exact opposite with Tua, as he's 1-6 in his career against Buffalo, with just 6 touchdowns and 7 picks. He's also been sacked 12 times in those games. The Bills are 2.5-point dogs in Miami tonight, with a total set of 48.5. And when looking at betting this game, you really want to pay attention to this stat. As with the Bills win last week, they set an NFL record. They've now gone 42 straight games without losing by more than 6. That is absurd. And you can watch the Bills and Dolphins tonight on TSN at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. But pregame gets started nice and early at 7 with TNF tonight. NHL players are starting to make their way out of hibernation to a new hockey season. So teams have representation in Vegas right now for the NHL Player Media Tour. And it's funny how time flies in pro sports. Auston Matthews went first overall way back in 2016. And while it feels like he's one of the younger guys in the league, he's actually entering his 9th season, which is probably surreal for guys like Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau. Austin spent time living with Jumbo Joe, while he and Mitch Marner were also basically adopted by the Marleau family during their time in Toronto. Now, the iconic San Jose duo has another rookie who was taken first overall, and Austin might be feeling a little jelly. Macklin Celebrini is moving in with Joe Thornton for his rookie season, and it sounds like Poppy is missing his old roomie. He's definitely a lot of fun to hang out with. I remember I went to my room and I had to make a phone call. I came back and he had his hockey skates on in the house and he had them all taped up. He was just like breaking them in. He was walking around the house in hockey skates. No shirt. My dog was there and he was hanging out with my dog. I'm like, this is so good. Life with Jumbo and Austin sounds just as perfectly chaotic as you would imagine. So you can understand why he's missing those old days. The circle of life goes quick in the NHL, but something tells us Austin still has a special place in Joe's heart. Okay, it's Thursday, so that means it's time for some FanDuel Fast Facts. And it's a Bills game, so let's just see how biased these facts are gonna be. I wonder who wrote them. Producer Christopher Hine. Last week I set the season best score, because we started, of 5, so let's see how many I can get. These already look like huge paragraphs with one that is kind of a gimme. Anyway, here we go. The Bills have won 4 straight and 11 of the past 12 games versus the Dolphins, including playoffs. They are plus 120 on the money line tonight. Tua Tagovailoa is 17-3 in his career in games where the kickoff temperature is 80+ degrees. Kickoff temp on Thursday night is expected to be above 80 degrees. The Dolphins are minus 142 on the money line tonight. Josh Allen has the highest offensive yards per game versus a single opponent as a starter since 1950, averaging 334.4 total yards per game. Patrick Mahomes versus the Raiders is second and 318.8 yards per game. His pass yards for tonight are 245.5 on FanDuel, and his rush yards are at 36.5. That's a whole stat, really. Tua had an NFL high of 338 passing yards in week 1, and his line for tonight against the Bills is 264.5. Allen has thrown multiple passes, literally all the numbers in that third stat. 1950, 334.4, second at 318.8 yards. His passing yards tonight are 245.5 on like, please. And then his rush yards are 36.5. Like, dude, that was 4 separate stats. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
Sometimes in high school football, the teams are just so amped up that they come flying out like no one's business. But other times, this happens. First comment I'm seeing is, let me guess, they lost the game. And let's bring in one more quick football highlight, because this hurdle is Josh Allen-esque.
Oh.
The scouts are already on this kid. And he finished with this drill, which I know I would fail miserably at.
Green, white, orange, green, orange, green. Let's go. Let's run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.
I would be good at that? What do you mean? Like, anybody who's ever taken a Pilates class knows that they would be good at this, please. That's it for me today. We'll see you right back tomorrow at 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.